Good day, everyone. My name is Kieran, and this is my case study review of Fred Olsen Cruise Lines, conducted by Steel Magnolia. Fred Olsen Cruise Lines is a family-owned and managed business from Norway. They have over 150 years of experience in the cruise line industry and currently operating in 5 vessels, 4 ocean cruisers and 1 river cruiser. They have recently conducted extensive refurbishment to their vessels to ensure they are modern and comfortable and offer the latest in technology and entertainment. Fred Olsen Cruise Lines offers a wide range of cruise options and destinations and target their products and services to the key target segment of adults over the age of 55. This segment is increasing as a consumer base in alignment with the growth of the industry as a whole. The purpose of the case study done by Steel Magnolia was to assist Fred Olsen Cruise Lines to rebrand their product and services. It did this by focusing their research on 3 major issues: providing direction for the development of the brand and product. This involved research to understand the direction of the brand and product and how it can meet the current needs and desires of their customers. Understand what the typical customer will look like in 5 to 10 years. Having a sound idea of their customers' needs in the future can help them to plan accordingly now. And finally, understand the booking decision process. Knowing how current and potential customers book these styles of products can help them make and develop key marketing strategies, messages, and advertising to capitalize on this market. The overall need of the research was to understand how to bring the brand alive. The case study highlights some of the key factors to note about the industry in which Fred Olsen Cruise Lines operate and the impact this may have. The market for cruise ships is growing rapidly. The older generation of which they have chosen to target is also increasing. This target segment have plenty of time and disposable income and spend on enjoying these styles of holidays. However, competition in the industry is abundant, with a number of larger operators offering significantly larger vessels with full entertainment packages that cater to a wider demographic of younger adults, families, and singles. As shown in this tree diagram, the cruise line sector falls within the broader tourism industry and often competes with standard hotel and resorts and attraction packages like holidays to Disneyland. Within the cruise line sector itself, there are large operators that offer services to all ages and demographics into one cruise, and there are also smaller operators that specialize in a specific target segment and tailoring their products to their consumers. Their products are further dissected into ocean cruise options and river cruise options, for which Fred Olsen Cruise Lines offers products in both of these categories. There are a number of external forces that have an impact on the industry and cruise line sector, as shown by a few of the examples in this pestle model. Political factors such as regulations imposed on the industry can have a drastic impact on the costs associated with operating, as well as availability of destinations. Poor government relations or instabilities can also have an effect, particularly in an industry that spans a number of countries in its product. Economic factors are often influenced by the state of economies, particularly in relation to consumer-generating regions and their access to disposable income. Social factors that influence the industry are based around the differences between consumer demographics and cultural acceptance. Understanding and accepting consumers from all cultures and particularly religious backgrounds is imperative for success in today's tourism industry. Technological factors focus on the advancement of technology and its availability for consumers of the product, but advances can also help to improve efficiency and streamline processes for the operators, which further cuts costs. Environmental factors are possibly some of the most important for this industry, and the world grapples to impose mitigating strategies for our impact on climate change, and the cruise industry is a particularly bad offender. As an operator, there must be an onus to show corporate social responsibility and do your part to mitigate your own damages. Legal factors are often focused on consumer security and safety. Unfortunately, an incident on any operator vessel can have drastic implications on the entire industry as a whole. Porter's 5 Forces model is another great tool for exploring the macro-environmental impacts on the industry. At the center, it highlights the impact of the industry's competitive rivalry. This industry is highly competitive and has a strong emphasis on competitive advantage through the quality of products and services. The threat of new entrants shows there are high barriers to entry in this industry, as it is extremely expensive to enter and already has an extremely competitive market. There is also a high threat of substitutes, with a significant number of alternate options for consumers to choose for their holidays with differentiated offerings. A cruise holiday is a specific consumer desire. The bargaining power of suppliers is held in the form of limited port access at popular destinations, and thus there can be higher fees and charges imposed, particularly on larger carriers. However, there are also bargaining powers held by the buyers, whom are price-sensitive consumers, and in this industry often looking for their best value for money. This SWOT analysis outlines further external and internal forces that impact Fred Olsen Cruise Lines. Their internal strengths include having a focused target sector, refurbished modern vessels, and the fact they are family-owned and operated makes them seem more appealing in terms of a more personalised service. Their weaknesses, however, include the fact they are not able to capitalise on a broader consumer market of younger adults and families. This may be detrimental in the long run if the consumer starts young and becomes a brand loyal customer early on with a competitor and then unlikely to switch over to Fred Olsen's later. Their smaller vessels also reduce the options for more inclusive entertainment options. Looking at the external factors, there is great opportunity available in the rapid growth of the industry, particularly as their target segment increases. However, they also face a number of external threats to the industry, particularly around climate change regulations being imposed, and of course, the increasing capacity of their competitors. The case study outlines two outcomes as a result of their research. One, the need to develop a brand image and make product changes such as a wider range of destinations and entertainment offerings, healthier food options, and some different leisure activities. And secondly, the need to improve their communication strategy, which is to be enhanced by a wider range of options such as the internet and social media. My one recommendation to Fred Olsens in relation to their marketing operations is to ensure they know their key target segment and the channels they are most privy to receive advertising. Results of the research that was conducted showed measurable success in the print and TV campaigns, and yet they plan to increase communications via the internet and social media. Their key demographic are late adopters in these areas of technology, and as such, communications via the internet and social media channels are unlikely to have significant reach to the target market. Finally, I would advise they conduct further research on the key desires of their consumers and customize their marketing and advertising key messages accordingly. This could be done with questions such as these that I pose to you. Would you take a cruise? What would be your key factors for choosing a provider? What would be your key factors for not going with a certain provider? And would you consider Fred Olsen Cruise Lines? And if so, why or why would you not? Thanks for listening, guys, and let me know your thoughts and we can see if there are some key desires even within our student focus group. So put your comments under the video. Thank you.